Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are drinking Hopness Monster from Circle and Square Brewing out of Oxford, Mississippi. Thank you for joining us.
It's the Hopness Monster splashing in the foam. Foamy head rising like a pine brought home. If you hear that slosh and a mighty wee roar, that's the Hopness.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We are back to do that once again. There's Jay, there's Andy in the attic. What are we drinking today, Ben?
It's
Think
called
you know,
the
Ben.
Hopness
Look what
Monster.
you're wearing.
Ben's all about it. He's trying to match the can.
I would have wore my, clan tartan, but I got to represent.
Could have
Circle
worn
and
both.
Square. Could have. It's hot. I just got out of the shower after a run. I'm sweaty. All right, this is a Red Rye IPA.
I'm excited about this.
Me too, because I've had it and I like it.
I know you have.
Right.
And actually, I was there just the other day with Jim, who was here, and had it on draft. I was sad to see that it's no longer canned. It's good stuff. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. Just smell that.
Yeah, Atticus couldn't wait to see when he heard there was a monster, review. He was in. Oh, all right. Well, Circle and Square usually does a good job on putting their beers on their website and describing them. They have not gotten to this one. Maybe it's still kind of new. But other research describes it as blending spicy rye notes with hoppy IPA elements, which I concur. It's 6%. This beer is brewed by one of their, not by the head brewer, by another brewer there, Dylan. This was his first beer that they let him. They're like, you want to brew a beer? Come up with a beer. We're going to give you the floor,
Wow.
Create and make. And this was his first one he did for him. It's interesting because Dylan, seen him several times there, talked to him. He gives me the heads up on beer when I see him. He used to pour taps over at the Growler before Circle and Square came, and then he came over there. So wonderful addition. And I hope he continues to rock out beer like this because this is great.
So
I think we met him when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you're saying he's a big fan of the show, which is
probably
great.
not. Probably hasn't watched it. Nobody watches this lame show.
So what is the significance of the tartan on here?
Well, it's playing on the Loch Ness Monster, which is in Scotland.
So they used the tartan there.
Mm-hmm. That's why Ben is, though it's a temperature rose today, he's feeling a little chilly there in the.
I see. It's really hidden in there. You have to look in the can, but there's the Loch Ness Monster, and the water is on the bottom, and it's all in black. It's very hard to see.
Yeah, look at that. Way to pick up that eagle eye.
Yes, I know.
It's just so dark in the attic. But great beer.
That's really cool. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to them for that.
Oh gosh, this is our 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our fifth one, I believe.
Playlist.
Yeah, I think we've now to the playlist. Gravity Wagon, Hotter and Hazier, Weezer, Multi by Nature, correct?
Menace to Sobriety?
Menace to Sobriety, not Multi.
Yeah.
Multi by Nature is the other one. Menace to Sobriety. So this is our fifth playlist material. They've made it. For those who may not have...
They finally made it. Congratulations, Circle and Square. You have made it.
Yes. It's a microbrewery founded in 2023. Oxford's first microbrewery. They acquired the building at auction from the Better Brands Beer Distribution site right there by the old train depot there in Oxford, next to the University of Mississippi campus, Ole Miss. They got it after Mississippi lifted the restrictions in July of 2021, allowing microbreweries to sell most beer on site. So I guess certain beers might be too hot to sell on site. They wanted to create a third place atmosphere for people to go. And I think they have. It's halfway between the square and the circle, square being center of kind of nightlife, commercial life in Oxford,
Downtown.
and the circle, the center of campus. Yeah. And it is, when they say a third place, it is cool because they do community events. They do things for kids, to bring families to bring their kids on Saturday mornings in the summer. They're always hosting private events. People can rent it out. Like just when we were there, me and Jim were there the other day, a portion of the inside was, blocked off for a private party, but you could be in the other half and then outside. So it's a beautiful day. So.
Mm-hmm. It's a neat place. I think we've all been there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, all right. I'll jump in to go first since you've had it, Andy. And,
Thank you, Ben.
First thing I want to say is this is my wife's. She has Scottish heritage. I don't know that I do. But she let me borrow it. Wow, this beer is really good. This is probably my favorite beer I've had from Circle and Square, I think. Ooh,
better than Weezer? You raved over Weezer, man.
As soon as I said that, I said, no, I can't say that. Not.
And I looked for it, and they didn't have it, so they brewed it there. So
it's gonna be my second favorite.
Man,
this is really good. It goes down really easy. It's I don't know that I've had. I was trying to think if I've had an IPA with rye in it before. And I definitely don't remember it. It has a touch of bitter, but it's so cut down that, I don't really get that. It doesn't bother me at all, the little bit that's there. It's great. I'm going to give it an 8.5. I like it a lot. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, it's really good. I was trying to think. I'm pretty sure I've had at least one or two rye IPAs before, but I can't recall, them being as good as this. This does have, I would kind of venture to say, a little more bitter, and I was kind of surprised that you like it as much with some of the bitter that it has. But it's
a rye guy.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I before we started reviewing, I looked to see Circle and Square again, and I mean that brewery just punches well above their weight. I mean for what they've done and the little time they've been around. I probably had half a dozen to a dozen beers, but I've already got, I think, 5 or 6 that I've rated on our scale 8 or higher. So. And this is going to be another one that qualifies up there. I mean, it's just good. It's got that bitter IPA flavor, and then you can definitely get the rye coming through. So, my score, I was torn between 2, but given the can art, when I finally recognized that, I got to go with an 8.5. Man, I mean, that's just so creative. And meeting the guys and talking to them about how they come up with all that in the brewery and their strategy behind naming conventions, and it was a good time visiting with them when I was there. It was a little over a year ago, wasn't it, Andy? I think. So.
Yeah, it was spring baseball season. Yeah, we were visiting. Yep.
Thanks for the invite.
We did.
All right,
it's another one you chose not to attend.
Yeah.
Andy, what do you think?
Invited. Well, I think it was obvious. I think it's great. But I really appreciate. I mean, I like a rye, but this has a good rye spice, not like heat or anything, but just that rye flavor with a little of the hop bitterness, but it stays with each sip. It doesn't fade as you drink the beer and you get muted and seem, water down. So it sticks with it. I'm a little biased when it comes to, drinking Oxford beer. But, I like the first sip I had, I was there one day and he's like, try this. He gave it, they hadn't released it yet because they were waiting on the final thing. So he gave me a taster. I was like, this is pretty good. And so he's like, yeah, should be released next week. I was just came back, got it on draft, took home some 4-packs. And then I was like, you know what? We got to review this. So I went back and got some more. 8.5 easily from him.
I mean,
good job, Dylan.
They need to make this like a t-shirt or something, right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would be a cool shirt.
They need to bring it back each year. Yeah. Make it a thing. Make it a thing.
Yeah, make it a limited seasonal, but do it every year. And they could sell t-shirts for that one for sure.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to drink too.
It is very easy to drink.
I showed some restraint because I was like, let me just have this other one. But it's like, because I figured they had more cans of it before I decided to do the review. And I went back and I was too late, all sold out. So it's like, I've been waiting on this one. That's why I pushed this one to go ahead of months in our backlog. So it's been sitting in my fridge because I need a little space in there.
For those of you that have been wondering, Andy kind of dictates more or less mostly the order that this stuff goes in because he's doing the research. He has to, do all that, information for us. So he gets to pick.
I think it's a combination of age and, what Andy's come up with.
Yeah. Yeah, Andy's the oldest one of the three of us.
Not following that age and what I'm coming up with.
Age and inventory.
Yeah.
No, Andy is the oldest though. Still of the three of us.
Yeah, I'm still old.
Just barely.
So, yeah.
Just a touch.
Cue the Loch Ness Monster fireworks. That is going to be an 8.5 for the Hopness Monster from Circle and Square. Anything 8.5 or better makes it on the Hopped Up Beer Review Wall of Fame, and this is another one to add to the list. 2 in a row, I think, by Circle and Square from a review standpoint. So,
did Hotter and Hazier make it too?
It did not.
I can't remember if
it did not. I only gave that one an 8.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So 2 in a row, eh?
2 in a row.
2 out of 5.
Weezer beer and
batting 400.
Yeah. So
for homers.
Definitely
good.
Definitely, if you are near Oxford, Mississippi, because there's not really distribution on these beers at this point, right? I mean, I know we can't even get them in central Mississippi.
No, they only sell the cans on site, and they're doing some draft in the region.
Yeah. So if you make it through Oxford, Mississippi, you've got to stop by Circle and Square and grab some beer. Tell them Hopped Up Beer Review sent you. They will look at you kind of odd, but that's just the joke, right? They know exactly who we are. So just drop that nugget. Appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers that notification bell, especially if you've made it this far. And check out links down below for Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server, and some other stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one. For Andy and the Attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Thank you, Dylan. Keep doing it.
It's the Hopness